Yo, KPaceGuy here, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm bringing you my final review of the Cadence Sound WB12, their Wild Beast line of subwoofers. Now, I've had these for a little over a month now, and I've listened to them, I've tortured them, I've done side-by-side tests with other companies against them, and I have a pretty good idea of what I want to say about these. But before we move forward with that review, I do want to say this. If you guys are looking at Cadence Sound equipment, make sure you go to cadencesound.com and use code KPaceGuy at checkout to get 10%, I believe it's 10% off of your total purchase. It doesn't go to me, I don't get money from it, it's just a nice little link for you guys to get a little bit of money off of your stuff. Now, I also have used the Cadence Sound QRS series component speakers in my car. I did a review on that a few months back, and I am still to this day absolutely blown away with Cadence Sound door speakers. I have 6.5 coaxials in the rear, and then I have 6.5-inch components in the front. And man, they are one of the best sounding door speakers that I have ever heard in any vehicle, ever. Hands down. I'm not just saying that because I'm working with them. I absolutely mean that. They're still in my car today. I love them. So guys, check out cadencesound.com, and if you find anything you like, use code KPaceGuy to get 10% off your total purchase. Alright guys, so here's what we're doing right now. We are going to review the WB12s. This is Cadence Sound's big subwoofer line. They have a 15-inch version that's a little bit stronger, but these are the 12s, the WB12s, and they are absolutely phenomenal. We're gonna get right into it. Let's start with the pros of this speaker. The build quality is something that I have to just start with. The build quality on these speakers are better than a lot of brands that we all know and love. Not gonna name any brands, not gonna shame anybody, but the build quality on these speakers is you're gonna be hard pressed to find somebody who does it better. The basket is made of some really tough material. I had no worries or problems when I was carrying it around or moving it or unscrewing it and pulling it out of the box. I never once worried that I was gonna break the basket or break the terminals off or something like that or harm the surrounds. This speaker is built with some superior quality. Has a USA made voice coil in there, has a really nice motor structure, plenty of ventilation for cooling at high excursion, high volumes. It's amazing how well built these speakers are. And even with their door speakers, those are built with some thought too. So I have to start with the build quality. Build quality is very important because you guys, you're gonna take your subs out of your box, you're gonna change your box, you're gonna move it, all that stuff, and you're gonna have to take your subs in and out of that box, or maybe you're changing boxes, and you don't wanna have to pull your sub out and then worry about it breaking on you. Or if you have it inverted, you don't want it to break on you. These, I have no fear that these will last the test of time, inside and out. It's just a great build quality. So that's the first pro I wanna talk about. The second pro is how deep these subs play. Now on their website, it says they play on a 20 hertz. On their little spec card they give you in the box when you buy one of these, it says 10. But I tested it all the way down to 20, and I tested it all the way down to 10. It's in a video. They play down to 20 for sure. After that, you don't really hear anything, which the human ear can't hear much past 20 anyway, but these subs weren't doing anything past 20 on the SPL lab, the SPL meter that we were using. They didn't do much there either, but they play low. I'm talking SCAR VXF low. If you guys are familiar with SCAR VXF, that's what I have. They play crazy low, like stupid low, down to like 17 hertz or so, and at least in my car. These play down to 20 with some authority. I was very impressed with how low they can go. They really truly do play deep bass. So if you're somebody who's looking for a subwoofer that's gonna play super low, these subs will have no problem. I'm surprised how low they play with how low of X-Max they have. They don't skirt very far, which is more for the SPL side of things, but they really do sound good. They sound good, which is gonna lead me to my next pro, which is the sound quality. If you are a sound quality kind of person, if you want your vehicle to have the best possible sound that it's gonna be able to have, these subs are something you need to be looking at for sure. The sound quality on these subs, they might be well past their price point when it comes to sound quality. It was so clean, so accurate. Even at the higher frequencies, 90 hertz, 100 hertz, 110 hertz, they were very accurate. They are very punchy when you want them. You can listen to any genre of music that you want to. I'm somebody who listens to rap, hip hop, R&B, gospel, Sometimes I throw on a little classical song because I'm a music major, blah, blah, blah. I listen to every song that you can, every type of music that you can. And I heard it on these subs, and they sound phenomenal on just about every genre you can think of. They are accurate, they are tight, they move quick. So they don't have any problem keeping up with the beat. They sound phenomenal. Even in a box that was slightly smaller, it was pretty close to spec, maybe slightly smaller than what it was asking for. It sounded so accurate, so tight, so punchy, and it digs really low. So you can play that hip hop R&B stuff and it still sounds good, So that's another pro for me. Now, my last pro for this, these are rated at 1200 watts RMS, 2400 watts peak. I had them on the Cadence Sound QRS 1.3000D, their 3000 watt RMS amplifier. That's their biggest amplifier they offer too. And we paired them up with two of these. So they were seeing a lot more power than what they really wanted to, and they took it. Now, it is not gonna take all 3000. Over maybe a course of a song, they were starting to get warm and maybe even a little bit smelly, just a little bit. But they were definitely taking well over 1200 watts RMS. I'd say they were closer to 2000, 2200 watts RMS for about a length of a song, which is about 3.5, 4 minutes long. And then I always play a new song, and it would take it. They perform well over their power rating, which is what you want to see. You want to have a subwoofer that's conservatively rated, so that when it exceeds its limitations, it impresses you. If you rate it too high and it can't make it to that rating, then you have a subwoofer that's falsely advertised. But this is rated at 1200 watts, and it can take more. It can definitely take more. Again, I had it on a 3000 watt RMS amp, both of these together. So it was probably seeing 21, 22, 2300 watts at a time for a good length of time, and it really never struggled to control anything. So I'm very impressed with the amount of power that you can put to these things. 1200 watts isn't a lot. You can get pretty loud with 1200 watts, but it's not about really being loud. It's about how long can you handle that power before I gotta turn the system off, shut it down, let it cool down. These things can handle a long car ride at moderate volumes with no problem. So I'm very impressed with the ability to play a lot of power for a lot of time. Very impressed with that. So those are my pros for the subwoofer. Great subwoofer. But we have to talk about what I did not like about the subwoofer. Now, let's start with the price point, because that's going to lead me into the rest of the cons so that they all make sense. The price point, when I was given these to review, they were around $458, $478, something like that. Currently on their website, they're down to $358, which makes a lot more sense. But at $478, $450, it's really hard to vouch for these subs, because there's a lot of companies out there who give you a lot more sub for around the same price, a lot more power, maybe equal in sound quality and build quality for a little bit less money. So as a consumer, it's hard to look past those other brands who are giving you similar specs for maybe half the price. But $358 makes more sense. I would like to see these closer to $299 or something like that. Sometimes, maybe like every now and then on like a Labor Day sale or something like that, because again, there are other companies out there who are giving you 1200 watts, who are giving you 1250, who are giving you 1500 for around 269 to 300. And that's what people are looking for. Good, clean, quality power that's gonna handle over time, but as little amount of money as it's gonna cost them to get that. And these are just a little too much. It's $458 normally just for one, $358 right now. So you have to spend about $700 or so to get a pair of these. And a lot of people don't want to dish out that money, because if you're dishing out $700, you may want to jump up to a Sundown, or maybe there's a good Scar, or there's a DC Audio, or anything like that that may just give you a little more power or something like that. So the price point is, I see where it comes from, because again, the sound quality out of these speakers is phenomenal, and the build quality is phenomenal, so you have to pay for those components too. But at the end of the day, not a lot of people are looking at that. They're looking at, oh, this is how much power I'm getting for this much money, is what people are looking at. So it's a tough battle. $358 is not bad. I would like to see it around $299 or so, maybe like during a Labor Day sale or Black Friday, something like that, every now and then throughout the year, so that people will gravitate more towards these, because these are actually really, really good subwoofers. So the price point is an issue. Leads me to my next con, which is SPL. That's my next con. They actually get really loud. I was able to achieve about 136, 137 decibels, around 37 hertz in my car. My box is tuned around 30 hertz, so it's actually really good. You can get loud with 1200 watts. Watts doesn't equal volume. So you can get a low power vehicle and still get loud. But my complaints were is the overall X Max. This is more built towards sound quality. So you have an 18.5 millimeter X Max. That's how far it travels from its resting position and then it skirts up and back down to resting position. It has 18.5 millimeters, which is probably around 1.5 inches, 2 inches maybe, or something like that, close to there. So with that being said, because it's limited on which way, how far it can travel, it's limited on how much air it can move. So you're not gonna get as loud as you may want to without cooking the coil or destroying something inside. So it's a nitpick. It's not made for SPL, although they did say it could be for both. I don't know if I would use these for SPL purposes because it's so geared towards sound quality that I think it's more appropriate to use them in that kind of scenario because there isn't a lot of travel, isn't a lot of X Max, you're not going to be able to create enough air, to move enough airspace to be able to create a large amount of volume. So they're much more geared towards sound quality. Don't get me wrong though, 136 decibels is pretty loud. And I was very impressed with that. I didn't think I would be able to get them that loud. I think I probably could have got them louder if I had it tuned correctly. I was kind of just guessing on what they could handle, but I could probably get to about 138, maybe 139 for a short period of time if I really tried. So it's not bad. It's really, really good for a sound quality speaker. But a lot of people my age or a little bit younger are gonna want a lot of sound or sound SPL. So it's not really a con, it's more of a characteristic. It's more for the sound quality kind of people because it's built to be that. It can get pretty loud for what it is, but it's at $458 price tag or $358, you kind of expect more volume out of it, which is probably where the con comes from. You probably want a little more sound out of it, but again, it's a really good sound quality speaker, so I think it needs to stay in that realm for it to be its best. So that's my con for that too. Other than that, guys, I don't have any other issues at all. This subwoofer is absolutely good. It's very good. I put it up against the Scar EVOs because spec-wise, that was very similar as far as how much watts they can handle, their X Max, their frequency response. The Scar EVOs were very close to these as far as the spec sheet goes, but the Scar EVOs cost $199, which is where that con came from. But I put them head to head together. These are better, I'm saying it now, these are better than the Scar EVOs. Hands down, they are better. They're better. Scar EVOs, they play the same SPL, about 136, 137, 138 on most applications. You may be able to squeeze a little bit more. But they play about the same volume. They have the same X Max, so they're pretty similar in that aspect. They have just about the same handling capacity. These are 1200 watts. Scar is 1250 watts, so they're very similar in that sense. But the Scar EVOs do not dig anywhere near as low as these do. I think the Scars drop off after 30 or 29. These go down to 20 if you tune your box that way. So right there, that takes the cake. The sound quality is not even a competition. The sound quality out of the Scar EVOs, they're not bad, but these smash it, and they better for the price you pay for them. So that's over with too. Build quality, Scar doesn't have it, EVOs don't have it, this has it. This has the build quality, the coil, the motor construction, the basket, the terminals, the tinsel leads, the spider, the cone, everything is just high quality in this subwoofer. Not that Scar EVOs aren't high quality, but these are just so much more. So these beat the Scar in 3 different categories. The only thing that Scar has against these is that it's half the price. So it's a tough buy, but these are better than the Scar EVOs for sure. So I'm not paid to say any of this. It's just my personal opinion, but I think you guys should take a look at Cadence Sound because I've been impressed with everything. I had a full Cadence Sound build in my car for a while. The subs, the amplifier, and the door speakers, all from Cadence Sound. And it was probably the most, what's the word? It was the most beautiful, cohesive sound that I've had in a vehicle ever in my life. So take a look at Cadence Sound. They are good stuff. They're not a new company. They've been around forever. Some people haven't heard of them. They've been around forever. They specialize in this kind of stuff. They are fantastic. So again, check out cadencesound.com. If you see anything that you like on there, use my code KPaceGuy to get a little bit off of your purchase. Why not? Save yourself some money. By the way, before we go, guys, I also, if you haven't been checking out my car videos, I also have this Android radio here that I had for 2013 to 2017 Honda Accords. This is a Android Phoenix Automotive 12.1-inch radio that just fits right into your dash. It's plug and play. I bought the new version of this one, so I have that one in my car now. I'm actually selling this one for $299 plus shipping. So if you have a Honda Accord between the year of 2013 or 2017 and you're interested in an Android unit, I am selling mine for $299 plus shipping. Now these things retail for like 800 bucks and they come from China, so you gotta wait forever. But if you want one right now, I have one right here for $299. Has all the cords and connections already hooked up to the back, so all you gotta do is plug them into your factory harnesses and you're good to go. And then of course, I have my magnet. I had a phone magnet on here. I'm gonna leave it on there just in case you want that. So, has a screen protector, sounds good, it's awesome. It's a giant freaking iPad in your dash. It's pretty cool, guys. So if you're interested in that, here's my email right here. Let me know if you got interested in that. If you have a 2013 to 2017 Honda Accord, I'll be happy to get this to you. Other than that, guys, check out Cadence Sound. They are great. Check out the door speakers, the amplifiers, the subwoofers, everything. They have marine audio, they have pro audio. Check them out because they are the real deal, guys. Thank you so much, Cadence Sound, for sending me out this package. Later on in the week, next week, we will do a review on their 3000 watt amplifier that I was using. We'll talk about that too. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. Let me know, have you heard of Cadence Sound? If you have, what has sparked your interest? Is it their subs? Is it their amplifiers? Is it their door speakers? What did you like about Cadence Sound? Let me know that down below in the comment section below. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are not already. We will see you in the next video. KPaceGuy out. Peace.